And they're going to come in with Cottony. I almost want to come in Scrafty here, but I just get deleted by Cottonies. Wait, what? Okay, Cottony? Here it is. All right, let's go. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My cat's paws are really wet right now because she was just in the sink, so I'm trying to dry myself off. Anyway, Little Jungle has definitely been one of my favorite metas, mostly because they're very short battles, but a lot of these mons are quite interesting as well. I've had a Scraggy saved up for quite a while that's low CP, and I decided to turn it into a Scrafty and see how well it runs in the meta, especially since it's ranked so high. However, Cottony is ranked #1 on PvPoke for the best Pokemon in Jungle Cup, so I kind of need a way to lure it out so that my Scrafty has some play. The team I decided to run is Skrupy with a Altaria safe swap to lure out the Cottonies and a Scrafty in the back. And the Sky Attack from Altaria still does a good chunk of damage, so we're pretty much going to do a lure out strategy here, and it's worked quite well for me. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups, as well as my various guides on how to use these teams and additional behind the scenes footage, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. In this first matchup, we have a Ducklett in the lead, and honestly, the vast majority of these matchups are quite bad. However, what you really need to do is just use your energy management, swap out if you can, and eventually just draw out stuff. So this one actually goes straight for the Brave Bird, which is quite nice because now this Cross Poison will KO. And then they come in with a Vigoroth, which is also quite weak to it, and I figured they'd only come in there if they have a Cottony or something even weaker in the back. And here it is. And now we can just take it out right here. I have my Scrafty still, so this is a very good spot. These counters are really going to add up against the Scrafty. So what I'm going to do here is just no shield and just go straight for the counters. Super effective on both ends, but stab, super effective counters are doing much better than non-stab super effective counters. All right, so here is another matchup against the Ducklett. Now, I'm going to showcase this matchup mainly because I want to show you all what happens if you do not swap out in these not so great matchups, right? So, obviously, this is very good against my Scrafty, so it seems kind of weird to swap out here, but I'm going to show you why. If there is any chance there's a Cottony in the back, then you pretty much just hard lose. So, in this matchup, this is one of my earlier sets. I was testing out some stuff. I thought, you know, maybe this is the best play because that would get rid of Ducklett and Scrafty should be okay. But then they have a Cottony in the back, and that's going to be really bad because if they shield this, then I'm in a really bad spot, and they did, and that's it. And even Cranberry's not happy with that match. So what you do is, even in a positive matchup, you still always want to swap out eventually so that you can hopefully draw the Cottony if possible, especially when you see a Vigoroth in the lead, they don't swap out. Chances are they probably have Cottony in the back because Cottony's not great against Skrupy and Vigoroth isn't either. So if they stay in there, then they don't have two checks to Skrupy. The only times you can probably safely assume that they don't have a Cottony in his back is if they have a losing matchup with Skrupy in the lead and they insta swap out, which means that they probably don't have a Cottony in the back because they could risk just throwing out one of their two counters for Skrupy. In this situation, Scrafty very, very strong against Skarmory, surprisingly. All that neutral damage is quite nice, and it hits quite hard. And as you can see here, still doing a good chunk of damage and finishing off the Skarmory there. All right, Onix, another good example of a bad lead that you kind of want to swap out of. This thing beats Altaria too, so you're not in a great spot, but I did land the Aqua Tail, so I'm going to come in here. I wasn't really keeping track of counts. I thought maybe that could have been a Rock Slide or something. But either way, I still get off the Sky Attack because I shielded the Sand Tomb. So that kind of worked out in some ways. So I'm going to farm this all the way down. And they don't get a move off, which is quite nice. And I figured shielding against a heavy fast move damage team is always solid. They are running Ducklett in the back here. So this is actually not the best for me. But Scrafty will persevere. So we are going to shield here. I get off another Cross Poison, which is quite nice. I don't expect them to shield. No, they do shield. Okay, so this is pretty nice. However, I don't think I can make the Foul Play, so I'm just going for the Power Punch here. The boosted counters will still do a good chunk and able to finish off the Ducklett before they get to a Brave Bird. All right, some weird glitch in the game there, but we're back in this game. And I don't have the same type of graphics for Pikachu Libre, so this one's kind of high def, but it's the best I could find that's close enough to the graphics I usually use. But anyway, Pikachu Libre, very, very strong. However, Scrafty actually outpaces it to its moves, so it's quite nice because Pikachu Libre is not the tankiest. And you just match shields and you're okay. Able to live that Sky Attack, surprisingly, which is huge, especially from Shadow Skarmory. So end up maintaining Switch Advantage, which is big. And they come back in with the Pikachu Libre. I decided to come back in with the Scrafty, mainly because I don't really know what they have in the back yet. And now we see it. Is Dino, and then I'm going to shield here and counter all the way down. Have a lot of energy stored. I still have a cross poison stored as well. And we'll go straight for the power punch. It's going to do a good chunk of damage, especially in Little Jungle, so it's definitely worth going for that move. And even though they get to this, I will be able to throw the cross poison and take this out. And my cats are fighting in the back. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, another really tough lead, kind of like the Onix lead too. It's not great by any means, but what you need to do is chip it down with the Aqua Tail so that your Dragon Breath start adding up. So the good thing is it doesn't resist Dragon Breath damage, but just does double super effective with the Powder Snows. But Altaria is a little bit on the bulky end, and also it's already half health. Alright, so I do get Icy Winded there. Now, if they had a Cottony here, they'd probably come in with it. But they come in Golbat here, which is fine, because I still have a lot of play with my Scrafty here against Golbat. Unless you go for straight Shadow Ball, it looks like this one's going straight for Poison Fang, which is quite nice. I want to chip this down and then probably go straight into my Scrafty here. And then they come in with a Skrelp. This is actually very strong against my whole my remaining bonds, but it won't live a foul play. And they did try to catch the foul play. Unfortunately, it did not work, and it will take it out. Yeah, Wooper. Shadow Wooper at that too. Very, very strong. I have two okay checks for in the back. So I could just safely safe swap here. I'm probably just going to go for Switch Advantage here at this point. Doubling up on my Sky Attacks here. I don't expect them to shield this. No, they do. Okay, so let's see if they shield the second one. They might double shield, but that's fine. If they double shield, I still plan on winning Switch here by just Dragon Breathing down. I'm going to shield this. I do have a little bit more health, so I should be able to outpace them. And we do outpace them here. Hopefully they throw their move. Yeah, they do throw their move. So, and taking a few Dragon Breath damage. That's quite nice. Coming with the Scrafty. This is going to do a good chunk. This Bison is definitely going to hurt. Might be a Mud Bomb. It's Mud Bomb. Stab Mud Bomb. Even worse. And they come in with a Barboach. So, I do go for the foul play. It's going to do a little more damage. Barboach is definitely going to hurt. But I do get to one Aqua Tail before they get to either Mud Bomb or Bison or Ice Beam. There's a bunch of moves I can learn. Aqua Tail even. But I needed two moves to take me out. Alright. Going against Nidoran Female here. This thing is actually kind of good against Scrafty. You're both doing resistance damage, but the body slams just do a lot more than the Aqua Tails. Or maybe it's just bulkier. I don't know. Either way, it just seems like it tanks some moves better than I can. And so I do catch the body slam on my Altaria here. And at this point, I just want to burn some shields. I'm actually totally content with not maintaining Switch here because they probably don't have a Cottony at this point. So I just want to the point, get to the point where I could Poison Sting quite a bit here, get some extra energy. I guess I didn't really go for that big of a farm down, but that's okay. They come back in with the Nidoran Female. I am going to come in with the Aqua Tail. Catching that Body Slam earlier was quite nice. And my cats are fighting in the background. All right, so let's see. They come in with their own Scrafty. So this is actually kind of tough. Double poison remaining here. Very, very strong against my Scrafty. So here's my play. I'm going to shield here and make them think that I'm so weak to Scrafty that they need a shield. And I just need to get that shield so one foul play would kill. If they had a shield remaining and I swapped my Scrafty, then I cannot get this foul play off. I have to go for some baits, but they just outpace me. So I need to grab their shield there. Able to just finish off, and now they actually take out my Scrafty, so I get some energy there. I think they're switching numbers up anyway, but we do outpace the Aqua Tail and also Poison Sting down their Scrafty. Skrelp, kind of a tough lead. Going to resist all my moves on my Scrafty. It's actually very, very strong against the Scrafty as well. So, but I just can't stay in there and let them farm too much. I'm just trying to play with my energy here. But yeah, that last matchup, you just kind of have to play some mind games to your opponents to really grab that shield there. But anyway, this is a tough one too. Venonat, very, very strong against the Scrafty as well. So I'm in a tough spot. They come in and then they have a Wooper. So they got three things that beat the Scrafty. They got two things that well, one thing that definitely beats the Scrafty and another that does very well against it. Yeah, this is a tough one. So when you run into these kind of comps, you know, it is what it is. You know, you get out team comped, and they play well as well too. So Venonat really solid against this team, mainly because they're double resisting your counters with the poison, the bug typing, and then you have to land a foul play to do any damage. The confusions are resisted, but they still chunk, especially the Shadow Venonats, and the poison fangs are still neutral. So it's not a great combo. All right, Skarmory. Kind of a weird one. Again, one of those where like it's good against 2 of your mons, but you kind of just have to swap to draw the Cottony, and we draw the Cottony. So that is the name of the game here. You pretty much draw it out and try to sweep with Scrafty in the back. They no shield, that's fine, because these charge moves do like absolutely no damage. It's almost worse. It's almost better for them just straight throw charms. I'm going to shield this because I have energy, and I'm going to throw an Aqua Tail. Maybe I'll throw a double. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I throw double here. I get it off. I'm probably going to switch strike to my Scrafty right after this, and I do, and it's a Vigoroth. So again, those stab counters are going to be quite nice, and especially with the boost here, that's going to be huge. It's still going to be quite close. These counters are definitely adding up, but I just outlive it just a bit, and we take out the Skarmory before they take me out. All right, Drifloon. This is kind of an interesting one as well. All 3 mons have some play, but it's also uncomfortable for all 3 mons. This one looked like probably an Icy Wind, or I was just gambling here, but again, you kind of just want to swap out eventually, draw the Cottony, and here's the Cottony. You know, all these Cottonies come in thinking they have the best matchup in the world, but I got the Scrafty in the back to clean things up. Again, no shielding here is pretty big. I also clear my debuff by swapping out there, so that's actually quite huge. You definitely want to tank that Icy Wind first before you swap. And they come in with a Litleo. This is kind of interesting, but I'm going to come in straight away with my Scrafty here. I still have 2 shields. I'm going to go straight for that foul play. This is definitely an Icy Wind, but no biggie. I'm going to throw this foul play. I still have an Aqua Tail banked on my Scrafty as well, but I don't think I'll need it. And yeah, it'll take out the Litleo here as well. All right, speaking of Litleos, we have a Litleo in lead. Definitely not a great lead, but we have 2 very strong checks in the back. And here comes a Shelmet. Sorry, I couldn't even see it because it's so small on the screen. Kind of an interesting swap. So my guess is they don't have a good check to Altaria. They definitely don't have a Cottony unless they completely misplayed this. So I believe I shield this just to win switch. Why not? The Scrafty is going to be very solid here, so I kind of want that locked on. And they come in Skrelp, so this is pretty big too. We get additional info, which is quite nice, and we get a shield here. So I'm going to come in with my Scrafty here. It's not great against Skrelp, but it's much better than it is against Litleo. And I come in with my Scrafty here, farm it all the way down. I have a foul play banked, and we saw what foul play did to Skrelp earlier. This is definitely going to be taking it out. All right, this game, my game crashed right when we load up. So my opponent here, I'm trying to frankly get in, got a lot of energy here, throwing a Rock Slide. I'm going to shield. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if they swapped here or not. They definitely didn't, because now they swap in Chansey. So I was waiting for this moment, and finally we get it, especially in a game where I start behind. This is the only time they say swap a Chansey, and I was like, shoot, I'm already down behind. Let's see if we can make this work. But Chansey is definitely a buffet for this Scrafty. And they had a G-Fist in the back. So they don't come in G-Fist here for sure. So I see the 3rd Pokemon, which also makes it very, very nice. Although I kind of might pivot out here. Let's see how they play it. They actually come in Skarmory here. All right, I'm just going to throw the foul play, see if I get a shield. I actually grabbed the shield. I swap out. I probably shouldn't even swapped out. I could just counter down at that point because I'm boosted. But I think my opponent might be conceding here. I'm not sure. All right, so I live this Rock Slide, so I'm going to tank it right here. Oh, no, I don't live it. I guess I live it with more health. But either way, getting this Power Punch off, doing a lot of damage, and then able to finish off without even them seeing my Altaria there. Obviously, if you don't have a Scrafty, because they're quite rare to have under the CP level, unless you call it a Wild Spawn one, which I did a few months ago, Vigoroth is totally a good substitute. Thank you all for watching, and best of luck to all those that have been participating in Pokemon Go regionals and those that will be participating in upcoming ones. Stay tuned on Twitter and my other socials to see which ones I will be going to, but I'll definitely be attending more than one Pokemon regionals, and maybe we'll meet on the battlefield as well. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.